Helo, shwmai, prynhawn da. Fi henw Craig J. Davies, Nadolig llawen a blwyddyn newydd dda. Okay, my name is Craig J. Davies and welcome to my channel. Have a happy have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It is a Sunday, so another Sunday, another sermon. But before I start this, may I recommend this, Fawlty Towers. For all of those who don't know what Fawlty Towers is, it is a British sitcom that was made and broadcasted in the 1970s and involves a hotel run by inept and corrupted people. Yes, so yes. Fire, 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 fire! Oh, is that what made Britain so great? Oh, I'm so sorry, I made a mistake. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Right, and also as well, may I recommend this Christian book. It's called A Life of Integrity. And someone else who also had a copy of this was an American passenger called Todd Beamer, when he was sadly and tragically killed on 9/11/2001 when he was on flight at United Airlines at 93. And he died when him and other passengers tried to retake back the plane from members of the Islamic group Al-Qaeda. So yes, okay, right. In this sermon, we are going to be analysing 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Now, 1 Corinthians was written by St. Paul when he was writing to the church in Corinth, right? I believe it's in Greece. Yeah, it is, right? And 1 Corinthians chapter 13 is often read at weddings. And why is this? Because in every Bible, right? In every other, what I'm trying to say is, in loads of versions of the Bible, right? Such as the NIV, the New King James Version, the Revised Standard Version, and the Good News Bible and others use the word love, and that's why it is read at weddings. However, there is only one particular version of the Bible that doesn't use the word love. It still has the same meaning, but it doesn't use the word love. It uses the word charity. And here I have here the old King James Version, right? So I will read out the entire chapter. It's only 11 verses, but because I've got this horrendous stutter, I could be here for the next 62 years trying to read it out. So, right, yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, right? It uses the word charity. And if you've got a version of this and you want to, then please follow me, okay? So in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become a sounding brass or a tingling cymbal. or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burnt and have not charity, it profits me nothing. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaulteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly, doth not behave itself seemingly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Charity never fails, or faileth, as it says here, because it's in 16th century English. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether here be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known. And now abideth in faith, hope, charity. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three. But the greatest of these is charity. So why is this verse read at weddings? It shouldn't be. Why? Because yes, it talks about love, but love can have many forms. And in that chapter, when St. Paul used the word charity, or in the original, because it was written in Greek, the original word was called, if I can pronounce this properly, agape. He's talking about charity. Yes, he's talking about love, but what kind of love is he talking about? He's talking about platonic love. He isn't talking about sexual or romantic love. He's talking about platonic love. Charity, as in feeding the poor, sheltering the homeless, right? Taking care of children, that kind of stuff. That's what he's talking about. But how many people today read the King James Version? Not many people, especially Christians of today, especially young Christians of today. They always either read from the NIV or the English Standard Version. Those two are the most popular. And in this version, for example, it doesn't use the word charity. It uses love. And of course then, that is taken out of context because they've never read the King James version, so they don't know any of the wiser. See, this is what I'm trying to say. How many Christians or how many ministers would actually read that chapter at weddings if they actually knew the true meaning of that context? Exactly. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Please comment, please subscribe. Please don't hesitate to hit that like button. And to all of my Christian brothers and sisters in Christ, if I do not get to see you in this lifetime, if we never get to meet in this life, we shall do in our Father's kingdom. And I pray for heaven, and I long for heaven every day. So yes, God bless you all in Jesus' name, and have a good Christmas. That's why I'm wearing my Santa Claus hat. See, you have to get into the festive season, it. You have to be festive. Even if you hate Christmas, even if you're a humbug, and you absolutely loathe Christmas, you should just try and get into the festival, because you know it gives us good vibes, doesn't it? So yes. So yeah, please comment, please subscribe, please don't hesitate to hit that like button if you want to. You can follow me on Twitter or add me on Facebook, or just simply contact me on here. So yes, thank you, take care of yourselves and have a good Christmas. God bless.